In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
I know, dude. Just you and me holding down the fort right now.
They don't even get it out. They're all fucking off.
Yeah.
Not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Fucking useless, you know.
Right? Glad at least 2 of us take this serious.
2 of us are for real about this, you know.
Right? Like we appreciate what we do.
You know, someone's got to put the team on our shoulders, you know.
Yeah, you know. Oh, I think Scott's joining us.
I know. Oh, no, he's out.
No, yeah, he's out. He's out again.
He's just gone. He's half in right now.
See, he's multitasking. He's a multitasker, mover and shaker, if you will.
Yeah. big man over there. Oh, now he's out.
Well,
He's gone again.
John's trying.
No.
John's trying to get in on this.
Yeah.
He's monitoring. He's like the fucking FBI over there, just monitoring our conversation.
I would love it if John was my designated FBI agent, just so I could look up some vile shit.
I'd be like, I send him messages. This is just for you.
Yeah.
Here's a chick with a dick.
Here's chick with a dick. The old go-to. Go-to chick with a dick
The
right
amount
now.
of memes that I have made with that shit.
With chicks with dicks?
I used to fuck with my buddies all the time, and I'd be like, yo, dude, what do you think of this chick? And they'd be like, oh, she's hot. And the very next one, I'd be like, boom, and hit him with the hard T.
Speaking of hilarious trends, do you remember when people were taking videos and being like, oh, the sound of when he hit the ground, and then you'd hit the sound and it'd be just like violent sexual moaning?
Yeah.
I got
happened
caught with one of those
so often.
I got caught by one of those in the HEB while I was standing next to my dad. Talk about an awkward situation. And it literally went off. I immediately locked my phone and
you're like, oh, Jazz sent me a video.
I look at my dad and he just looks at me and goes, turn that shit off, asshole. I was like, fuck.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
John's still listening in over here.
Yeah, he's a good FBI agent.
Think we could unlock him? Oh, he's smiling. Oh, he's he's going. It's going now.
By the way, this is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. This sounds like an ASMR video.
It 100% does sound like an ASMR. You should do ASMR.
Welcome to ASMR with Mikey and Justin. Just here to... It's like a bear and a twink.
Talk about a throwback to early Freedom Friends.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking hey.
The bear and the guy that sells.
This is Audible Chocolate Hour with Mikey.
What did Jazz say? I look like a something salesman.
A kratom salesman. Because you had the fucking neck beard.
The bear and the kratom salesman. That's a hell of a podcast title right there.
Oh, just call it kratom and weed.
See, I don't know if you guys know this yet or not, but FBI agents listen in so that way they can gather information. So if I would have jumped in earlier, I wouldn't have heard all the shit that you guys were talking
about him being a kratom salesman.
Yeah, but now I know.
Well, no, we made mention of you being our FBI agent.
I know that. That's why I was still listening in.
Yeah. No, you're doing a great job.
That's I'm just.
You missed your
I'm here for you guys.
You missed your calling.
No,
that's my line.
I'm over here doing.
I have pictures of the FBI taking pictures of me.
This is really.
Yeah, I do in Arizona. That's
really
Hells
funny.
Angels prison run.
That's really funny. So like, who is this fucking guy?
No, I saw him sitting across there in a fucking gray minivan, blacked out windows, and you can see like the lens of the camera. You know what I mean? So I just pull out my BlackBerry because that's what it was at the time.
The old Pearl.
Like, zooming in,
you had a BlackBerry Pearl.
Zooming in to take a picture of them, taking a picture of me.
I'd love to see the quality of that photo.
Oh, it's great.
It's all grainy and shit.
Yep.
Remember back in the day though, that was like the best of the best, man.
BlackBerry.
Are we
was
actually
iPhone.
recording?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Justin and I have been doing this for a minute.
That's so awesome.
It's gonna be I'm thinking at one point it's just one more host is gonna join, and then 5 minutes later the other host will join. Yeah, we're just gonna see how long it takes.
So I mean, not like we're in a hurry.
No,
we're here anyways.
But no, I mean, like the BlackBerry was the tits back in the day,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, it
the,
made you feel like a grown up.
the BlackBerry Messenger.
It was like, yes.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
I used to take my mom's BlackBerry Pearl all the time.
That's
That-
what I
That
had.
was
what I
that the
had.
first phone to have access to the internet
Blackberries were.
in like a browser
in a
form?
usable way.
In a
Well, because
usable way.
it started
There was
off,
a-
it was a pager basically that had a full keyboard.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had
And
wow.
that's
this,
how it started.
I
Damn.
had this Android phone that like had a slide out keyboard that had
Did you
a
have a
touch
fucking-
screen.
Would you have a sidekick?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a sidekick.
The Google Key one,
I
yeah.
don't know.
The G one.
I don't. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but
I had a Razor. That was my first Android
I
phone.
never had a Razor.
I had the Razor.
No.
It fit in your camis.
I
That's
went
why I
from
wanted it. It fit in
Nokia.
your pocket really well.
See, I
Really?
didn't have a cell
Yeah.
phone until I got out of the military. Well, I was in active duty, didn't have a cell phone. I had no fucking need for it. What do I
Really?
need a fucking cell phone for?
I did.
Who the fuck am I going to call?
Home. I was calling mom.
I
That was
had,
really the only reason.
I had a phone in my barracks. That's what I
Yeah,
called
I
it.
got tired of waiting for the payphone. So, like, it was funny though. Like, I remember my buddy John, who my son's named after. We would his eventual wife and widow, but his at the time girlfriend
Yeah.
and a strange girlfriend when they'd broken up. She would call the barracks phone at the payphone, and I'd answer, and I'd be like, "Hello." She'd be like, "Can I talk to Lance Corporal Stock?" And I'd be like, "He says he doesn't fucking love you anymore. Leave him the fuck alone." And I'd hang up on her all the time. It was the best. I hated that bitch. To this day, I still hate that bitch. She's fucking worthless. She's absolutely worthless. She's
funny.
remarried twice,
Wow,
but not turned in the legal paperwork so she can continue to get his death benefit.
that's
She's a
fucked.
fucking dirtbag.
Jesus Christ.
Absolute dirtbag.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yep.
Jesus.
I would really, really like to fucking ruin her life.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for her being the mother of his kid,
Yeah,
I would fucking completely.
just tank her.
I mean,
Well-
I'm talking about it on a show right
Fair
now.
enough.
So
Yeah.
do we want to bring everybody else in, or do we just want to keep going?
I kind of like this. This is kind of
Yeah.
funny.
I'm just seeing how long it takes.
It's a good
It's,
bit.
I mean, we could probably be here for another 20 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because they're not in on it.
No,
Like, because we have a peanut gallery.
All right, let's
tonight.
do this fucking show.
And the peanut gallery is
Yeah.
just kind of enjoying themselves.
I know. I think they are.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Mikey?
Yeah.
Scott wants to do the show.
Oh, Scott wants to do the show.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so hey, welcome.
All your whispers are fun.
Well, it's ASMR with Mikey and Justin.
Oh, I like it.
And then
Yeah.
and then I chimed in.
Then he
Now you're
chimed
here.
in.
But you're gonna talk into your microphone.
Now it's going to be like,
Hey, Jazz, let's do this.
Do what?
The show.
Good news, boys. We're already 7 minutes
Huh?
into our debate.
already 7 minutes into the debate.
Oh, is it
What you didn't know is that it's Friday. We're sitting in a semicircle. We got sticks on the table. There's drinks around here. Johnny boy, what are we thinking about doing?
We're about to masturbate.
That's right. It's time for the Freedom Friends Master Debate, solving the world's problems one mediocre topic at a time. You know what? All the sponsors are in the thing. I don't usually say them for these, so figure it out. What do you got for us, Justin?
All right, boys.
All right,
right,
boys.
Poncho wants to know, what trade profession would you choose in today's job market?
Ooh, that's a pretty solid question, man. Today's job market is very competitive.
hmm
Said no one ever, at least not in the trades.
Liberal arts.
That's not a trade.
Oh,
That's competitive.
yeah.
It's
No,
not
that
non-existent.
is oversaturated right
Yeah.
now.
Chef.
Um,
Oh, I've been muted. Oh, no, I'm not. I was muted.
There we go.
There we go. I was like, chef.
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 I
Yeah.
go
Ooh.
H-Man.
I want to be one of those guys that fucking put semen from a bull into a cow.
That's not a chef.
I mean, he's
Bullshit.
making meat. He's making
I was
meat.
told that's how you make beef stroganoff.
Stroking off. Yeah, totally.
God damn it.
Can I shout out one of my favorite content creators right now, by the way? Chef Reactions. That guy
That's really good. I like him.
is hilarious, man. Like, he shits on those fucking stupid bitches that use too many bowls and stuff and all that. And I've always been like, I fucking hate these people. And he's actually calling them out. And I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, dude. You're killing it. So it was awesome. Man, that's a good question.
Trade.
Kind of trade.
HVAC.
HVAC would be good.
Ooh.
I don't know because you're just always fucking hot. One of my friends, and he makes, don't get me wrong, makes stellar money as
Yeah.
an HVAC. I mean,
Yeah.
crushes.
Yeah.
But like he replaced my AC,
Oh, it's hot as shit.
and that
Yeah.
was in when did I buy the house? May.
Man.
He was in my attic in May.
Yeah, in
And he
San
came
Antonio.
down and looked like he had gone swimming fully clothed.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, nope.
Yeah.
John, I feel like you're too big to do HVAC.
Well, I mean, like Scott and I have a cigar company, but we don't roll cigars.
That's not you in the trade. That's you managing other tradespeople.
That was never said.
I don't think we're in the trades at all.
Right
No.
now,
No.
no.
Like I
But
think like welding.
Yeah.
I'd be a welder.
Machine tool.
Yeah.
That's what I did for a while, and you can make some good money.
I could
doing
have
it.
I could have seen myself, and I almost did. I could have seen myself being a mechanic for a while.
That's what I was thinking too.
I was a
But I
wrench.
couldn't,
No,
have,
there's
I
a-
couldn't have done the whole like
There's
I will
customer
go-
states. I couldn't have done that
There's
shit.
a-
It would have had to been one of the places that like.
But there's a ceiling on being a mechanic. Like I don't
But-
think you're going to break through. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, there is.
There definitely
Unless
is.
you get into custom one-off shit.
Yeah.
but that's
you
what I
still-
would have to hunt
But you
down.
still need 20 years
Yeah.
of experience in order to build your name.
You
to
are
be able
still
to do
a-
custom one-off shit.
Or if you get into one of those shops, you were just a fucking.
Yeah,
you were
you-
just shit on
You're
for
the-
like a
you know what,
decade
it's-
You're
before
the
you're
new
allowed to do
guy
anything.
for a long
The
time.
equivalent of that is when Harley Davidson dealership hires a new tech,
Oh, those guys are fucked.
right? You literally do oil changes and you push bikes in and out, and that's what you do.
The fucking
And you change tires.
the new
Yeah.
guy at my dealership.
And you get the
Like, I'm going to do a 110 kit. I'm going to do engine replacement.
you
I'm
get
going
the head
No.
guy a wrench when he
That's a
asks
master
for it.
mechanic. He does that. He's been doing this shit for 10 years.
yeah, if you
You're
don't have
pushing
all,
bikes for 5.
all
Yeah.
that shit that they sew down their sleeve at
Yeah,
Harley
yeah.
Mechanics, where it's
Yep.
got all the it says master
Yep.
and it's got everything. That's the guy that's actually allowed
Now,
to build all those.
You can
The
become
new guy at my dealership doesn't get to do anything but check your bike in and
That's
out.
it.
He literally is on the computer and is like,
Yep.
You can become a master mechanic through Harley in about 5 years if you're good, right? And
really,
at that point,
really good.
no, you honestly, you need to be competent.
And you need
And
to show up
can
on
be
time.
a master mechanic. That's it.
By the way, if you want your custom shit to be broken most of the time, take it to a Harley dealer.
Well, they work on stock bikes.
Hey, you need a 3-hole oil change? Take it to the Harley dealer.
Yeah.
They'll get it done.
Does those parts say Screaming Eagle? No. Okay, go somewhere else.
Yeah, but if you like, not to mention, okay, unless you are literally getting actual machine work done and you haven't figured out how to unbolt a part and rebolt it to your bike, what the fuck are you doing? Like, almost everything on a Harley is 2 bolts. It like almost
Like,
all of it is 2 bolts.
Harley
you
uses-
have to take 500 other parts off to get to those 2 bolts.
Harley uses 2 bolts to hold on one part. And it's not like you have a bolt here and a bolt here. You have a bolt and then you have another bolt holding that bolt on.
That's
Because it's Harley and everything rattles loose.
that's facts.
no.
But no, I mean, you can become a master mechanic in about 5 years if you're good and you know what the fuck you're doing. And you're mechanically inclined and you're fast at what you're doing and things like that. And you can make 100, 130 a year. But that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else going up and you're still working, 40, 60 hours a week.
I think machine and tool would be good, especially like in this day and age. If you're good at like if you know CNC shit,
Yeah.
like Kibby,
Or
is a
does-
good example.
So
Design
Kibby-
work.
So Kibby's a welder.
Yeah.
And he can run a CNC, but he's a welder. But what he did is exactly what you're supposed to do when you were in a trade, which is you get in and he did his apprenticeship and he became a master welder. But then there were the opportunity of all the boring shit where you had to do all the continuing education shit. So you
Yeah.
could, but what he did was all the continuing education and figured out how to run shit that nobody else can fucking
Mhm.
run.
Yep. So he became invaluable.
And so now, like, he works for a very large government contractor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to throw the name out there, but they're
You've heard of him.
if I said the name, you'd go like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
Like
You've heard of him.
And
one
he,
of those.
And he runs a CNC welder where he pushes
runs
a
it well-
green
they-
button that says start. And,
and
that's him welding.
It only welds titanium.
I love
Yeah.
it, Kibby.
All it does, it welds titanium. But he's also been at it. He is
Better part of a decade.
he's been a welder for 15 years now.
Oh yeah, longer than that.
Well, he was one of those ones, those high schools that it's like your
Yeah.
first part of your
So-
day is your standard courses and the last half of the day is like your trade.
Yeah.
He went to one of those schools.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he's one of those dudes that's 22 with 15 years
Yeah,
experience.
I know
Yeah.
exactly. Well, because he's 30. Kibby's going to fucking fight me because I should know this. He's 33 and literally has 15 years welding.
Yeah.
And his dad owns a construction
So like
company
17 years old, he started welding.
because he went to
Ish.
high school for it.
Yeah.
But before that, his dad owns a construction company. So from like 12 And then through high school, before he could get paid professionally to be a welder, he was still.
So he was wire feeding.
He was
years
still
before that.
Yeah, and knew how to do it, but then got trained in high school and then did the whole apprenticeship master. But now there's an entire department for a multi-billion-dollar corporation that if Kibby just went, I'm not working today, they don't produce.
Yeah.
That's the linchpin he's at. And so when Kibby goes like, hey, there's a company that made a new toolbox where everything on the inside is laser cut molded with all of the tools. I need new tools. And the company goes, yeah, here's the credit card number. Just order what you need. And this shit just shows up because that's how invaluable he's made himself. You want to make real money in trade? There is no golden watch format. Make yourself invaluable.
So another piece of advice I'd give to somebody looking to get into the trades is, in addition to your trade school, whatever it is, whatever you decide to do, also take an accounting class, a business class, an entrepreneurship class. And if you can figure out how to turn your trade into your own business, and you might have to do that trade for a couple years, but then you build the business and you hire other people to do that trades, and then you can own and run your own business.
And that would be the whole goal when I said mechanic, is I would go work for a shop for a while.
Yeah, get the experience.
So I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I also know me, and I would not be satisfied with the fact that even if I worked, there's a bunch of shops here in San Antonio. Tim Duncan owns Blackjack Speed, and all they do is fucking super high end, crazy conversions and shit.
Sure.
I'm sure his mechanics probably get paid pretty fucking well.
Doing pretty well, yeah.
They're not getting paid what Tim is.
No.
But that would be the goal, is it would be like, look, I've got this. I've got a couple of projects under my belt that prove I can do what I can do. I'm going to find some other people that can, but I'll take the business portion and go find the money I need to open the shop to do and that's what you're saying is
get the
learn
trade,
how
get
to
the
function
trade
the business
to pay your bills and do work while you're building your business, and then, it's always like, I don't think I could own a business where I didn't know
how to do it
or have done a little bit of the trade. Right.
Yeah.
Like hay grinding.
Right.
Hay grinding.
Well, like now,
That's a
you
trade,
could ID
right?
when a plant is ready to harvest.
Yes.
But
most of that was learned after I owned the business.
Right. But you educated yourself on how you got from raw product to what gets shipped out. Yeah. And you know the process underneath you. So you can speak intelligently. Yes, you handle the business part. You're not rolling the cigars.
But
you understand everything that's underneath.
A better example of this is when I started the gun shop, right?
Yeah.
Like I went to school for machine tool, so I could gunsmith, right? But then I knew gunsmithing. Like I never did any of the Cerakote stuff, but I knew how to do it.
Right.
That's
Right.
one of the things I was always envious. So the Marine Corps is a gunsmith MOS.
Yeah.
And in order to do it, you have to become, you're an armorer first, you're 2111, and then it's a 2112 is the MOS. And you have to go through, they send you to, after you're an armorer, and I think you have to be at least an E7 or something. And then they send you to the machinist school for whatever that 13, whatever the fuck that MOS is. And then that's how you become a gunsmith. And all they're doing is turning barrels, basically, pretty much.
Yeah, but in the military, they don't actually make a gunsmith.
Yeah, but it was you've told me stories about your apprenticeship,
except for the AMU. The AMU have legit guns
because they're running competition with guns.
Because who did you study under? Because you studied under a gunsmith.
Oh, well, I went to
spun barrels and the whole fucking 9 yards.
Robert Gratis, who's no longer with us, and made the best rifles on the planet. But
because you've told me stories about working with him,
and I learned more in that 2 weeks or week or whatever it was of working with him about how to build a precision rifle than there was no secret he held back. And so,
but if you get with knowledge,
if you get with a real master, they won't. They don't hold anything because they're because he goes look, I'll tell you all my tricks. I've still got however many decades of experience on you.
Sure. And the good thing about going to that and learning his tricks is when I need gunsmith work, I have a couple questions I can ask the gunsmith
to see if they're competent,
to see if they answer the right way. And I'm yes or no.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
You did it with Cerakoting.
Yeah.
You went to a really intensive.
I went to Cerakoting.
He went to the Cerakoting.
But it's one of those things to where if you want to do it for a living, yes, there are going to be hours that you are going to spend where you make money. And then there's going to be hours where you spend where you were investing in yourself to be able to make more.
When I went to the Cerakote thing, it's almost like every other industry also. Like we did Cerakote previous to getting certified. But once I went there,
the light bulb went off.
And I saw like the right way to do it and the right equipment to use and, all the things that we weren't doing correct, which, it is what it is. Like it was, there's YouTube videos about Cerakote that teach you how to do it.
YouTube University.
But there's a handful of steps. There's a handful of things that you only learn by going to Cerakote to get certified that are the world of difference between somebody that does Cerakote and a certified applicator.
Yeah. And those couple things,
they change the properties of
that
Cerakote.
separates it.
Well, those couple things cost $10,000 to learn, whatever, right?
Well, yeah, but
they're worth it.
But that's my point is that
Yeah.
like you can do that. And you guys were probably getting paid for whatever you were doing for Cerakote. What was the difference though after you invested the time and the money to go to that course and then what you were able to produce afterwards and what you were willing to get paid for?
So the difference was after the course, we probably did, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 pieces.
Yeah.
And we might have had 10 come back. That we had that there was something that was.
But did your charge structure change?
Yeah.
When you were certified?
We charged a little more, I think.
But
it got more uniformed. It got easier to figure out how to charge.
So your quality went up.
But the quality
which
went up.
still means more money.
Yeah. And customer satisfaction went up.
But that's my point is like, you could have just kept doing it your way and you would have made some money and whatever, but you were willing to go like, okay, I've got these hours that I've spent that I'm getting paid for. So if somebody's paying me for these hours,
the biggest,
now I'm willing to give those hours or even pay so that those hours are now worth more.
Yeah. The biggest difference was there was probably 5 or 6 other people in Nebraska that were doing Cerakote at the time. Different shops, different people. And essentially it was a race to the bottom in pricing. It was, well, I'm $5 cheaper than them, or I'm cheaper than these guys, or I can do this, or I can do that, or I can do whatever. And then we got Cerakote certified. And just the process of that happening is I mean, we were on a 1.5-year wait list and all kinds of shit
to go to the school,
to go to the get certified. So once we got certified, we came back and immediately realized, like, as soon as I got done with the class, I called Scott. He's like, well, how was it? And I'm like, well, are you ready to spend 30 grand?
We're really bad at this.
No, literally. The first thing I said is, are you ready to spend 30 grand? He goes, what? I'm like, that's what we need in equipment. And he goes, okay. So if I can put everything together.
You're fortunate because you have a partner that has that mentality that's like, buy once, cry once, but we're going to do it fucking right.
If we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
We're going to do it right.
It's one thing
right
that I
the first
actually
time and do it, get it
I
done.
like about the Warfighter Boys is that if they see the opportunity, but it's again, it comes down to that trade mentality of
it's rubbed off on me a little bit.
If we want to be that next level, then we have to view ourselves as that next level, and you have to invest in that.
And the people who are going to fight you on price, you don't fucking want them to be your customer. No. You don't want them. Let them go to the cheapest place.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be the biggest pain.
But what
I
happens
sit here
after,
just now and I just got a fucking estimate for a new gate. And I was like, fuck you. And now I feel like an asshole.
After we got certified
just now.
After we got certified and we restructured all of our pricing and we went full fucking bore into it. We were weeks out.
Yeah.
4 to 6 weeks minimum on jobs, right? And we had guys that would, like Scott said, well, it's cheaper somewhere else. I'm like, okay, cool, go somewhere else. Yeah. And what would happen is we would have customers that would go somewhere else, get their work done, get it done, and then bring it to us and say, can you do this?
Can you fix this?
And we'd redo their complete Cerakote. And they'd
because
the investment's worth it.
Yeah. Like the difference between good Cerakote and not is like if there's a color change, right? And there's a line in the color change. If you can fucking feel that line, that's a shitty Cerakote.
You told me about that. If you can take your fingernail and you can run it over a pattern and you feel a ridge, it's bad Cerakote.
It's bad Cerakote.
Well, like
I'll tell you right now,
I have a
y'all
rifle.
done fucked me up because I have 2 weapons from Silencer HQ and they're both Cerakoted and they are so fucking perfect that I am terrified to send my shit anywhere else because I've seen
You're
how
welcome.
good
You're
it can
welcome.
be that I'm like,
Go-
nobody's going to do this.
Go to Cerakote's website and they have all the certified chops.
Yeah.
And that's
I have a
Because you know the
I have a
weapons I
ri-
bought
have a
from
rifle
you, and they're
in the shop
so
right now.
good
Yeah.
that I'm like, nobody's going to nail this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
and I have every intention of bringing it straight to you when I get it.
When
To
it's
be like,
done?
yeah, when it's done. So I can be
Okay.
like, look at this, and you know,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, like where
When we
the
get
shop
done,
that I
when we
have
get
it
done,
at is
let me go to
good.
the shop
Okay,
because there's a couple around here that I'm like, yeah, you're all set.
yeah.
Um,
I think it's pretty reputable. It's you know them well too, Jess. Like it's,
Their shit's so good though, that you can't tell the difference between.
oh no,
they begin
It
with the
feels
T.
like-
Like the
it feels like-
factory bluing and what they did,
That's the way
you
it should
can't
be.
tell the
Yeah, that's how
fucking
it should
difference.
be.
The only reason you can tell that the Cerakote work I have is not stock is that all of the Silencer HQ mill work has also been done.
yeah.
And it had not been for that, you'd never know that wasn't a factory code.
But that's another big thing with the SHQ guns is a lot of people will do mill work and then they just blast it and coat it. But they don't realize that you need to deburr every ridge that's on those
Mine are
machine
so-
slides.
Mine are just so
most people
perfect.
do the mill work and don't even blast it.
Yeah.
So you
And-
you can see mill swirls
Yep.
in the Cerakote. Like you have to
No,
yeah.
because mine are flawless. I mean,
Yeah.
they're flawless.
Yeah.
And I've put both of them now have thousands of rounds.
Well, I think
through
one of
them,
those
and
that
they're-
you have has the Cerakote Elite,
It does.
which is
My wife's has the Elite on
that
it.
is
is that the
fucking-
midnight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
that's the super durable.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck
I
that.
love that.
That pistol at this point, I'm so mad it's hers. I'm like, because the thing is that not only did I get it's an SHQ platform.
that's what she used on Mammoth, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
She
it's
I remember her getting compliments at Mammoth.
The other
about
pros
her
that were
rifle.
there were like,
or about her.
Yeah.
about
that
her
sidearm
pistol.
is next level. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but the thing is that whole thing, not only was it an SHQ platform, I happen to know the guys that were involved with it. So every other mob that we did
I
also got
I
ran
could-
by those
I
guys. So-
personally coded that slide.
God, that weapon is just,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
mine's nice,
Well,
but
you
it's
had
not
some-
that thing.
You had some very well known competition shooters complimenting it.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
but,
I
that
remember
weapon
that.
but
was
that's
next
what we
level.
did. Like
yeah.
we,
Once we got certified, I think profit wise, that was probably the mainstay of our shop.
yeah, that's
Was
what
Cerakote?
paid the bills.
Yeah.
It's
But see,
next level.
Silencer sales and Cerakote is what paid the bills.
Yep.
But-
all the other sales.
But I would
Fine.
equate that to this trade question.
Yeah.
And it's that you guys went. That is a trade. That is a
Absolutely.
manual labor that is being done, but it's also a you give a fuck. It was not a how quick. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
how accurate can
Well,
we be,
And now to
and
talk-
that's the difference.
to throw this in on trades, and I think this is a very valid point to talk about while we're doing this too. Right. So, I mean, Scott and I's relationship's a little bit different than the majority of people that are out there in the world that have businesses.
Yeah.
And at the time, I never was an owner of the gun shop. Scott owned the gun shop. I worked for him. Right. But I mean, obviously, you guys know at this point that like it is what it is. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to
Sure.
fuck over Scott. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know, bro.
No,
I don't know.
not fuck over, not fuck.
Oh.
The over is the operative
Yeah.
term.
Oh,
in
no,
this.
no. He would definitely smash. Yeah. Who would?
I'd smash.
Yeah,
Are
who
you
wouldn't?
fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, obviously.
Easy boys.
Look at it.
I thought that bottle of Herradura was going to close the deal, but
Yeah.
apparently.
But
I didn't know you wanted to be awake.
I've been
My
trying
bad.
to get in his pants for fucking years now.
So
I get
when,
it.
when we signed up for Cerakote, we had somebody that was our Cerakote applicator. That
Yeah.
wasn't myself or Scott.
Yeah.
Right. I understood Cerakote. I did a couple jobs, but that wasn't what I did for Silencer HQ.
Right.
When we got
what did you do?
fuck it.
Paperwork.
Sales?
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just primarily like a sales guy.
Well, he's
Sales. I did.
like the same thing now. Like
Do you remember the position
there's
I
not
tried to
really-
get you hired for?
like I was the owner. He was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I did.
Yeah.
generally useful fucker.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
guff.
The guff.
Yeah.
Um,
Jazz tried his damnedest to have that be my official title.
yeah.
By the way, I got the original CEO to agree to that title,
That's true.
and then shit changed.
That's true.
That
But,
was
um,
going to be your title.
But the biggest thing with getting certified was we didn't certify somebody so they could go leave and go do something else.
Right.
Now there's certain trades where you have to have this certification, you have to have that. But if it like Cerakote, our shop was certified.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Like there's no certificate that says John Simon certified applicator. It says Silencer Headquarters certified applicator.
Yeah.
Right. So we determined that it was either going to be me or Scott that went, and then we can do like the military does to train a trainer. I go get certified. Like I'm going to go do combatives and get level 4 combative certified. And I'm
Sure.
going to come back and teach level 1, 2, and 3 to everybody else. And level 4, you guys go somewhere else for level 4. It was the same thing. I went and got certified, came back and trained all of our applicators. But it was a continual thing. If an applicator left, no fucking big deal. We're going to go get somebody else. We're going to train them. Right. But if I got that applicator certified, now that applicator left, he took the knowledge with him.
And the certification.
No, the certification was for the shop.
Yeah. But that's why
that was the knowledge. Now all of a sudden the knowledge is gone. We have nobody else that can do what we're supposed to do.
By the way, that's his OnlyFans. It's onlyfans.com/certified applicator.
Oh, I thought I thought it was knowledge is gone.
Either one works. I got a backlink for
He's
one.
he's multitasking.
Yeah. And I know, like you can't do that with an electrician. You can't do that with HVAC, stuff like that.
The other big difference when we're talking about that level of trade, though, is, and this applies to any trade, and it's the Kibbe model. It's y'all. It's
Can we call it the Kibbe model?
Yeah.
Look,
Like, let's make that a thing. The Kibbe model.
Kibbe's one of my closest friends on the planet.
Good fucking dude.
And he
Is it
is
'cause you guys are both short?
yeah. He's the only one that makes me feel tall.
Jazz can actually have sex
So-
with him standing up.
It's true.
It's
By the way-
it's stand up anal.
I'm going to shout out to him. He will never post this anywhere or whatever. But have you seen a recent picture of Kibbe?
No.
That boy, he is down to 170 and is looking fucking
Fuck yeah.
good. Like he has put in the work.
Yeah.
Like
Attaboy.
shout out to you, buddy.
Well, and what a lot of people
The
don't realize
sacrifice he's done on his diet
He is
every day in the gym.
He's
Like-
a sponsored snowboarder as well.
He's also a sponsored
What?
snowboarder.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah,
No.
dude. Kibbe's a
He's
sponsored
sponsored
snowboard.
by Never Summer. We're not talking
What?
about like
Yeah, like Moro's taking a look at him and shit.
he's
Wow.
a
Yeah.
Never Summer rider. Like he's
Like he's a fucking beast on the slopes, man. Like the
But
little
he is-
motherfucker's got it.
He is trim, and he keeps telling me it's because he's coming to my wedding, and he's like, I can't look bad at my boy's wedding, so he's like trimmed it
Good
all.
fucking
So
guy.
he says it's my fault, but dude, that I didn't do any of that work. I have nothing
if
to do
you've
with
never
it.
seen Kibbe, but you've seen Lord of the Rings
Think of a jacked Samwise.
with Gimli's beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah.
he's put in the fucking effort, and he looks great, and he's told me about it, and he's like, I just feel better.
Attaboy.
But he has
Good for
put in
him.
the fucking work. But Kibbe,
You mean
you
diet
guys,
and exercise makes you feel better?
it's crazy.
Who the what? What is this witchcraft?
Donuts make me feel better.
But the thing with like, I've known the Warfighter Boys a very long time now, and all that kind of stuff. And I know we talk about a lot on the show, but there's a lot of stories and stuff that I've heard from back in those days and stuff. There is a pride in work that because your name was attached to it, the pride in work was there. It wasn't I'm going to put more effort because it was more money. It was just my name's on it. So the pride and work, and Kibbe's the same way. If you want to be successful in trade, take some goddamn pride in your work.
Yeah.
There's a different way to look at that.
Well, because when you take pride in the work and the customer sees it, the customer tells everybody else.
Yes.
There's no such thing as fake it till you make it in the trades.
I have a couple things on trades, right? Don't be a general tradesman because you're going to suck at all things.
That's called a handyman, and it's going to suck.
Awful.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to become an expert at a particular thing, right? Whether it's Cerakote. Some of the best 1911 makers, right? Like cylinder and slide. You have fucking a lot of people that specialize in one thing, right? That's how you'll make money.
What's the dude's name in Nebraska with the 1911s?
Bob.
Cylinder and slide?
No, what's the guy's name?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Bob Marvel.
Well, I mean, there's that.
Fucking was Bob.
Yeah, it was
Who's
Bob.
a fucking guy?
Bob
Yeah,
Marvel.
whatever.
Yeah.
Don't act like you fucking knew it.
I'm claiming it right fucking now.
Yeah.
Who said Bob first?
That was the luckiest shit I ever heard.
No,
That's
no.
like that dude that was like, what are the odds you get a Prince Albert on that fucking Australian show? And he was like, 27. They were like, which by the way, he did it.
Bob,
And they recorded it.
Bob Marvel in
Amazing.
Nebraska, cylinder and slide.
But let me-
That's
Bob-
outstanding.
Bob-
Thanks for
Bob-
the
Bob-
Lord.
Bob- Bob-
let me finish this thought. Right, specialize in something and work for the customer. Right, like
Now, fuck it.
You
You can
work-
stop right there.
work for the customer.
That is the best phrase I've ever fucking heard. Work for the customer. You
Yeah.
don't work for you. You work for them.
Yeah.
They're willing to separate themselves from that flat and green.
Yeah.
That's what you're fucking working for. And if they've got the flat and green, that means you work for them.
So it's just like same with Warfighter, right? If you're not happy, one, you have to tell me you're not happy.
Okay.
Two, I will do everything in my power to make you fucking happy.
By the way, I've seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
I have seen it.
Can confirm.
I have been told about emails and I've been told about what they've done to make it right. Like it is, you guys, even now, and you've got a big customer base. You work for the customer.
Yeah.
And we have the same mentality at my store. Like we don't do discounts. We don't do any that the other stores fight for. But what we focused on was you will always feel like this is your store.
Not me.
Yeah.
That we are
Fuck
here.
the customer.
We are here for you. But
Like
what it, but
imagine if you hire a plumber and he pretends, because I've never met a plumber that actually worked for me. Right.
That actually gave a fuck.
They gave
for
a
real.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
But
For real.
imagine that whoever you hire to work on your house is like, this is what I'm doing. Are you happy? And then you like look at the paint job and his paint lines are all fucking squiggly because he didn't fucking mask it off or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not fucking happy. You
Well, it's
know?
like,
Like take some pride in
the-
your work and treat everything like it's something you're doing for yourself.
because by the way, you're
Or your
advertising.
like
Act like you're
You
doing
get
the work
lucky.
for your mother.
Oh, then
I've
they're
gotten,
getting nothing.
I've gotten fortunate. Like, and I'll use HVAC as an example because of my boy Albert. You know, again, my friend Albert owns Military City Heating and Air here in San Antonio, and I honestly like he's a member of SATMAR and he's a Marine veteran, and that's why I initially
See,
hit
that's
him
why I
up and
didn't
was
use
like,
him.
right, that's why I initially hit him up, and like the work ethic of him and his guys, the follow up, the follow through, the attention to detail, the extra mile, all of those things that he's instilled in his guys and takes pride of. He just takes pride in his fucking work. And because of that, like, is he the cheapest out there? Probably not. Is he the most expensive? Probably not. But his quality of fucking work, I will go to him no matter what because of the customer service and his attention to detail and his actual give a shit about doing the job right the first time when
Yeah.
no one's fucking looking.
And
I
he's
have
that I
never
appreciate.
heard a blowjob endorsement better than that
Right?
in my
Fucking A.
life.
He
Like,
sucks
that
a
was-
mean dick.
I really like
Right?
how Scott put it, where, you know, if you're going to do a job, act like you're doing that job and that job's for your mom,
Yeah.
except if you're a sex worker.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
I left that out of my brain when I was going.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're talking about different trades.
Yeah.
Is sex work a trade?
Yo, fuck you.
Fuck yeah,
It's
it is.
the oldest trade.
It's the oldest trade.
What else would you consider it
That is
as?
the definition of manual labor.
I mean, it's a profession. I don't know if it's a trade.
Actually,
Well,
I
it's-
think
you're
it
not doing
started
it for
as
free.
a manual labor.
That's true.
And that was in Spain.
Oh no, the dad jokes are becoming infectious.
Yes.
The comments on your dad jokes.
There are some genuinely upset people.
I think
were-
I pissed some people off.
You have.
Hey,
Yeah.
There's some
I-
people who
I
are like,
did-
I was fucking invested, man.
I just think it's a damn
I did-
shame
I
that
did-
gonorrhea is actually associated with sex workers because it sounds like a great name for a diarrhea medication.
Yes,
right.
It's gonorrhea.
I did not appreciate your dad jokes until I read the comments. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Like I appreciated the hate that you got from your jokes. I really did.
I just think you appreciate anytime anybody hates me.
no,
because-
I appreciated the. Yeah, I mean, you made people angry, and I genuinely appreciated that.
Scott's just here to watch the world.
You know
burn.
what?
Pretty much.
The podcasts are not trades. I am not doing this like I'm doing it for my mother. So for this, I apologize.
Definitely not.
I have actually.
This is mediocre, and that is. and
She's helped once again.
Kira just took out a camera.
Kira is helping with the camera work,
Yes, she is.
but Kira can do no wrong. So
I mean,
you're
Kira's-
good,
you gotta
baby
think,
girl.
we're-
Don't
we're
worry
Kira's
about
just
it.
a good baby.
We're 4 years into this, and today she decides to
It's-
fuck everything
It's
up.
actually Justin's fault. Oh, he did have it Velcroed. Never mind.
Actually, Chris Freeman sent me a text the other day that said, "By the way, today marks 4 years since the publication of the first episode."
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ. Today?
I'm glad our
No,
listeners.
no,
No,
just a
it
couple
was
weeks,
a couple
yeah.
weeks ago, but
Huh.
yeah.
I'm glad our listeners remember.
Yeah, because we.
I don't.
Yeah.
But
It's
we-
all blurred into
4
one fucking
years, and we
drunken
still
blur.
have not monetized it.
We have. It's
We
just none of us have
have.
bothered to actually
We have. We're just not doing
pull
well.
any money from it.
We're very mediocre at this.
We've never promised anything but.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what? And honestly, I'm gonna raise my glass to the tradesmen out there who are still fucking holding it down, who are still, willing to get their hands dirty and actually do a quality job, because you're a dying breed, man.
Yeah.
You are few and far between these days.
I will
and I
cheers.
appreciate
I will
that.
cheers 2 of you because that's all the ones that I've actually met.
And fuck the liberal arts college people.
I want to throw.
Yeah, I'm
actually,
a liberal arts
While
college
we're
person.
cheersing,
My point exactly.
I'm going to throw out a plug. I'm going to throw out a trade plug for somebody who probably doesn't even know that we exist. They might, but who knows?
Yeah.
And it's Dirty Hands, Clean Money. Yep. It's a clothing company. They probably actually have a name. I don't know what the fuck the name of their company is, but that's what I know them as. And they make hats and t-shirts and shit, but it's all about trades. And it's all about people that are fucking dirty hands,
Just
clean money.
Just fucking.
Well, that's
working.
like fucking,
Yeah.
what's his name? Mike that did Dirty Jobs. Mike.
Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe.
Dude,
Yeah.
what a good fucking. I've
that
met him.
dude.
I've
Really?
met
That
that
dude's
guy.
amazing.
Yeah.
I've met him, and he is as genuine as he is. Like, that is him in real life,
Yeah.
man. He's a good fucking guy.
And he still fights for the fact that, like, I don't understand why we can only get college loans to go to a college and you can't get college loans to go to a trade school.
Have
Right?
you guys
But, like-
seen his social media at all?
I have
I don't know
not
if
for a
he's.
while.
I don't know if he still does it or not. But
Dude, I don't
years
follow
ago,
my own social media.
years ago, he used to do these recordings, and it would be a letter to my mother,
Yeah.
and he'd read a letter that he'd write to his mother about everything that's going on in his life at that point, and it was genuinely amazing.
Nice.
Like, yeah, this dude, like, if you're gonna pick one person that can like write in, what's the fucking, not a voiceover, but when they talk about shit on the show,
Narrative.
there we go,
a narrator.
a narrator. That's the fucking dude that can do it.
Hell yeah,
like
man.
him, David Attenborough, and like
David Attenborough could do no wrong. That dude
That's
could
true.
fucking read me.
what a
anything.
fucking life.
Yeah.
But no shit.
Mountains.
Like, I've literally seen every part of this fucking planet, recorded it and talked about it.
Consider the fact that his brother is the Jurassic Park guy. Like, that alone makes it awesome. Like,
What?
you didn't know that?
No,
Pretty
not
sure
tracking.
Spielberg is not.
David
Attenborough's brother.
David Attenborough's brother is the Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Oh, really?
That's David Attenborough's brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy's a shitbag.
100%.
I mean, you guys seen that movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
fuck him.
There's 5 of those, and I love them all. But it is just one bad decision after another.
Right
It's
here,
just
it's like, we should bring
first
him
off-
back.
no, we shouldn't.
No, you fucking
But
no.
when Goldblum literally went like dinosaurs had their time. Like that was
Goldblum, when Jeff Goldblum was the most fucking level-headed person in that entire fucking
who,
thing.
by the way, whose job is a chaostician. He's just like
He's specialized in chaos theory.
My-
When shit hits the fan, let's study it.
yeah. And he's literally like, this is a
chaostician. That is-
Yeah.
bad idea. Like, it's just fucking awful. Yeah, when Jeff Goldblum, who did a whole series about like these are bicycles. Like that dude is unhinged.
He's so fucking funny.
And when his character is just like, we shouldn't do this.
I like how he just touches people's face. Just be like, hey. It's just so fucking weird, man. That guy's awesome.
It's just weird noise. Just and it's just like,
When they were like,
What the
hey,
fuck are you
you're
doing?
gonna be in Thor Ragnarok, just do you.
I don't think he had a script.
I
I,
don't
think
think he did.
all that was made up.
It was just all ad lib. They were like, Jeff, just be you, bro.
Just talk about whatever
Yeah.
comes to mind.
Yeah.
Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
That's his name.
It's David's brother.
But yeah, David
You think I
Attenborough.
was making it up? Like,
David Attenborough could narrate anything.
We're just
100%.
amazed at the bullshit that you have in your brain.
dude,
Oh.
useless knowledge,
So
man.
Dirty Hands Clean Money is Troll Company. Troll Company Clothing.
Oh,
TROLL. Yep.
Nice.
Our wonderful producer just let me know.
nice.
I
He
just
does,
couldn't remember.
he does that. He does that.
Yep.
I like how you used to send them all to all of us.
Well, I learned that if I send them to all y'all, then all 4 of y'all start looking at your phones. And then the podcast quickly derails.
Produce your shit.
Speaking of Kibby, our buddy Mike Jones, who is like Kibby's fucking family.
Oh, I guess
Mike
basically.
Jones.
I got a
Mike
Mike Jones story.
Jones. He just sent me a text. He says, since y'all were talking about the Savannah Bananas, look where he's at.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers watching
Mike
the
Jones.
bananas,
So
dude.
Mike Jones texted me over the weekend.
He
He's-
texts me all the time. He's a
He's
good
flying,
guy,
does
he's
too,
flying
man.
down for the wedding. He's going to be at the wedding.
Oh, good.
So Mike Jones texts me, and out of the blue, Friday night at 9:18 Texas, which is 11:18 East Coast.
It's 10:18 East Coast, but
What
good
Jess
job, buddy.
said. You know, I don't
He's
usually go.
used to Arizona.
I know.
He's used to
going
Arizona
back
where he
and
doesn't have to
forward.
do that shit.
It's 2 hours. So, anyways, and all it was, can you send me the video of me killing the bee's nest in your pool? Right. So I have a bug assault gun. Right. Little pump shotgun that shoots salt, kill flies.
So much fun.
Underneath one of the palm trees was a bee's nest. So Mike Jones decided to be a Navy SEAL one afternoon in the pool. And he took the fucking pump salt shotgun thing and went up underneath this thing, lined up on him, fired it, and then went under the water and just held the gun up. And he was under the water for like 30 seconds. And then he like backed up and he like if this was a water line, he like just peeked over with the gun still up, saw there was no bees around, reloaded, he reloaded when he was under the water, went back up for another shot, dropped, did the same fucking thing. It was like a 3-minute video. It was awesome.
Speaking of that, I told you guys my roof's getting done right now.
Yeah.
So being a nice guy, because it's a fucking million degrees out, and these guys they're putting on a black roof on my fucking house right now. I went to the store earlier, got like a styrofoam cooler, filled it with ice, Gatorades, brought it to the guys, right? Because I appreciate them doing the work. So I do it, and I set it down, and one of the guys like, hey, and he points up to the guy, and let's call it what it is. He's like, hey, senor. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he takes like a piece of wood and he smacks the corner of my house, and a fucking cloud of red hornets
Oh,
come
no.
out. This poor kid is on my roof in a hoodie trying to conceal himself and show me that there's a hornet's nest in there. And he's like, and he holds up an empty bottle of Raid and he's like, oh, and I was like, I'm leaving right now, man. I jumped back in my truck, drove to Walmart, bought like 5 cans of like wasp killer for him and brought it back to him. And he's like, gracias. I'm like, dude, fucking thank you, dude. I fucking immediately call the project manager. And I'm like, bro, your boys are hurting. Where the fuck are you? And he's like, oh man, he's like, I got like 4 jobs I'm running, man. And I was like, well, let me tell you. And I filled him in. He's like, dude, the fact that first of all that you bought him Gatorades is huge. Like nobody ever does that. I guarantee you they're gonna do the best job imaginable on your thing.
Dude, I give every manual labor that ever does anything.
Yeah.
The guys that did the floor in my store,
Yeah.
on the last day I showed up with
Mike Jones and Kibby.
that's the carpet side. I'm talking about the wood side. The guys that did that on the last day, I showed up with like 3 cases of fucking beer and a bottle of tequila for the fucking guy that was running the store. They went through and they brought out like these fucking pneumatic levelers and like swept and mopped everything and stuff. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, I appreciate him coming out and helping me out, right? Like I appreciate him doing it, you know? And dude, they were fucking like,
But you never give drinks to guys on your ceilings. Because roofies are dangerous.
God damn it. I fucking saw it. Jazz.
I just started smiling because I looked over, both
Clip
the guys'
it.
faces completely changed. And I was like, yes.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
But so I brought, and then he's like, dude, the fact that you brought him drinks was one thing. The fact that you went, got back in your truck and drove to the store, bought Raid and brought it back.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going to get the best roof ever. And I was like, well, I fucking hope so, man. Shit. But just goes to show you, take care of your tradesmen. All right. Doesn't matter.
Take
Okay?
care of people.
Look,
Yeah.
here's the deal.
Stop being a dick.
If you were paying somebody to do a job you don't want to do, throw them some fucking appreciation.
Yeah.
They're like, Jesus.
And it doesn't take a lot. I went and bought $30 worth of Gatorade and $20 worth of Raid.
Because it's 100 right now. It's 100 and Satan outside.
Right.
So and they're willing to replace your roof right now.
Yeah, it
like,
feels like Satan's gooch.
Even
fucking
movers,
terrible.
right? I paid when I moved into my house. I
Always tip
hired
them.
movers.
Always tip
No, I bought them fucking pizza and drinks,
every time.
but it showed up before they started unloading the truck.
Nice.
That's the key,
Yeah.
because everything was fucking perfect when they were done.
I couldn't have
Everything.
fucking gotten
It was
Gatorades
amazing.
before
It's-
because
it's-
I woke up to the text message going, "Hey, bro, we're out front," and Haley runs in and goes, "They're in the backyard," and I about grabbed the gun, and I was like, "I don't know what's happening." Because I got back at midnight last night for Fort Worth,
Yeah.
so it was like,
It's like tipping your
Uber
bartender or waitress $100 on the first drink, right?
Yeah, the rest
Yeah.
of the night is going to be great.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah. God, why couldn't I have been a bartender when your ass was fucking
Ah,
drinking?
right.
Fuck,
No, you had those customers.
I've had them.
Yeah. It's not every fucking one. Trust me, if it was every one, I'd still be a goddamn bartender.
It's never 100 though, man. It's usually
But
like
no,
40.
I
or
don't know,
So
something,
you
man.
have those
20,
guys.
40.
You have those guys.
Sure.
I had those guys in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Where they'd walk in and it the first couple times it was like they'd order a round of drinks and they'd close out that first round of drinks and they'd leave like $40. Like fuck, we've done it at bars.
Yeah.
To get together.
When
Well,
we
you weren't there, but
when
yeah.
we go to an event,
I don't
when
get
we go to
invited.
an event and it's
You weren't
to
at the podcast that
it's
night.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Group
free
events.
it's free
Oh
drinks.
God, when we go to the cigar events and,
And
it's
it's
open bar,
Yeah.
Oh,
You
immediately I walk up
tell.
and I'm dropping $40 in the first
For-
round of
yeah,
drinks.
yeah, every
because
time.
next time I walk up, that dude's like, "Hey, come here."
yeah.
Yeah, if it's an open bar. I do it at CI when I go out there.
Absolutely.
I'll order my first drink and I will lay my credit card. I'll put 220s down on my credit card on top of it. Like, you can open me a tab and I slide it across. I never have an empty drink
Yeah.
Sure.
for the whole fucking night.
You know? I don't know. I always do.
We
Or
had-
like,
I brought a bartender in for, we had an event over the weekend at the store, and this big YouTube star came in from England and ran this fan festival thing in my store.
Huh.
And he sold out my store, so I don't give a fuck. But I brought a chicken she is a professional bartender. Like, that's all she does, and she typically does high end liquor drinks. Well, I only have a beer bar. All she did was run beer,
She was loving you.
and
oh yeah.
she was there for 6 hours and she cleared like $400
Yeah.
in 6 hours. And yeah, she is not mad at me
Fuck no.
at all.
Right.
And that's just what I know from the credit card payout that I need to give her. I don't know what she took home in cash, but
Nice.
she had a day.
Fucking I.
But
Well, it's like,
those boys took care of her.
I remember Haley worked opening day in downtown Baltimore for the Orioles.
Yeah.
One time, paid her first month, last month,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
security deposit, everything.
Now, I was
Fucking
also
one
smart
shift.
about this. And I had a bunch of nerds playing tabletop games in my store all weekend, and I brought in a big titted goth girl to
Uh-huh.
bartend for the weekend.
Smart
And I was
guy.
like,
Marketing.
dude, yeah.
I mean, you have to-
Understand your audience.
You have to play to your customer
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, look at this
Everybody
fucking
sit-
show.
Everybody in this room. If,
Sorry,
if
everybody.
all of a sudden we had a big titted goth girl that was pouring drinks for us, we'd
I
all be
mean,
like, hold
this would
on,
be a
hold
very
on,
quiet
I
podcast.
got fucking.
I'm not into goth, but whatever.
Have you seen
Yeah.
a big titty goth girl before?
He's married to a big titty
You're
goth
married to
girl.
one, man.
She's not goth, but I said,
Oh,
whatever.
I don't know. Multiple hair colors, tons of tattoos, and huge tits. Yep, that
pretty sure
checks
you're into
every
it, man.
fucking box.
Just because she's a blonde and not a
Shit, now.
now, hey, but yeah,
60 days ago, she looked like fucking My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like
fucking.
BronyCon.
You've been into that
This has
shit.
gone on too long. It's brought to you by wolffightertobacco.com. Use that code FTO. Secure yourself that sweet 15% off.
Love you, Michelle.
And you can't say that she's not into witchy shit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, how many crystals are around this office?
Yeah, okay, she's goth.
Check out the sponsors. They're in the description. You know what? Just take care of your tradesmen, and thank you guys out there still fucking sweating and making it all work, because Lord
And
knows
if
we
you
need
work
you,
in
man.
if you made it this far into this fucking shit show and you work in the trades, comment what fucking trade you work in. I want to know
Yeah.
how many tradesmen we have that actually listen to this
I
shit
bet,
show.
Sure.
I bet it's
I'll bet you it's a lot.
75%.
I bet you it's a
more.
bunch of dirty hands,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So,
Fucking A, man.
and you know what?
And we appreciate you.
Most
Well,
of you guys are
100%.
regional, and we've got a pretty big reach. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and push it. Leave a comment for whatever you do. and drop your fucking link.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whether it's personal or your website or whatever, in the comment, just leave the link. Let's fucking build a big national network of like, hey, these are good fucking dudes.
Because
Go
if you
do the
do
fucking
some
work.
cool shit, I want to know.
Yeah.
And by the way,
yeah,
if you know that you're the whole like, no, we fuck them every chance we get, don't. Just a little integrity.
You know
at
what,
least
though?
on this one, don't fucking.
on Freedom Friends page, let's do
In the group. Drop it.
the Freedom Friends group. Let's do if you
A trade,
run
yeah.
or own a business
And
and
That'd be great.
you want to promote it, let's start
Hell
that.
yeah.
Let's do a
thread.
little freedom friend to freedom friend business.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and if they're
Yeah.
local to you, let's try and fucking keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
let's
you're-
support them out.
When you're hearing this Friday, go over to the Freedom Friends Facebook group. If you aren't already in there, fucking fill out the info.
Let's do-
Even if you don't
And-
own the business, if you work for a
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
that you want to,
Get the fucking name out there.
Yeah.
Let's
Let the
keep
Freedom
this West
Friends-
Virginia. And
You guys
keep
want to start a
keep
small
it in the
bit-
family.
a small business Friday thing?
yeah,
Yeah, let's
Where
do
that'd
it.
every
be
Friday,
dope.
people pimp their small business.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Rich,
let's do it.
Lively, I know you're on it.
Yeah, fucking I.
Shout out Rich,
Shout out Rich.
moderator in the Freedom Friends group.
By the way,
Always
I'm
keep
glad to
things
hear that
handy.
you're actually like starting to make a comeback. I know that you were going through some shit, but it's
Yeah.
good to hear that you're fucking
Yeah.
We love you, buddy.
keeping
Yeah.
your fucking feet down.
I know
I
it's
mean, I
hard.
don't love you.
I know
Let's
it-
not just fucking carry away. You're still a
It's-
fat fuck. But
It's super hard coming out of the closet, but we're proud of you.
yeah,
So,
fucking. I would say fucking 10 toes forward, but you can't see them shits. So
Yeah.
fucking.
you live close to you live close to Kimmy, motherfucker.
No, he doesn't.
Get him,
No, he doesn't.
Get him working out.
I don't fucking. It's like a 6-hour drive.
What? It's not. It's like
Like
two.
he doesn't sit down on his ass for 6 hours anyways.
I say that because Lavely doesn't own a car that will run for
There
longer
is-
than 2 hours at a time.
No, that's a Lavely problem. But there's nothing in New England that's 6 hours apart from something
that's
else.
fact. If you drive 6 hours any direction,
You're
New
not
England,
in New England
you're no
anymore.
longer in New
Yeah.
England.
You're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. You're in Pennsylvania or Canada. Anyways,
Or you're going across New York and nobody fucking cares.
3 little things, guys. Not hard to do. It's nice and fun. Johnny Boy,
Smoke on.
Jazz,
Fucking drink on.
and God damn it, kids. Freedom the fuck on. Later. Bye, everybody.
My balls are hot.
Balls.